Hi guys, it's Lily. I've got a collective haul to share with you. All of these stamps, as you know, I'm a stamp addict. All of these stamps have been bought with the money I've raised selling bits that I no longer want or use or need on eBay. So I've been saving up anything that I make from selling stuff and putting it towards buying art stuff instead. My husband's just started his bike up, so don't mind that in the background. These came from two different places. These were from Paper Artsy, and I've got a stash of, well, quite a few that I got from an eBay seller. I've purchased from them before. They're called Bic Warehouse. And they're in Brooklyn in New York, so it actually works out cheaper. I think I've mentioned this before. It actually works out cheaper to buy things from them and have it shipped to me from Brooklyn, because their shipping is free and their prices are below how much you would get stung for customs, because they send every item separately rather than putting it all together. So it's actually a lot cheaper for me to buy it from Brooklyn and then get it sent across the Atlantic to me in the south of England than it is to actually buy it from well, I couldn't get this stuff in shops here anyway, but from an online seller or whatever already in this country, it would cost a lot more, which is just crazy. It's crazy ridiculous, and it really winds me up. But we're not going on about that right now. I also got a couple of other things from them as well. So what I'll do is I'll show you the Paper Artsy stuff first, and then I'll show you the collection of stuff that I got from Bic Warehouse. So first of all, with Paper Artsy, they always give you a freebie, which I think is very lovely of them. And they always put it in a little baggie with one of their cards, which I save to use in journals and stuff. So that is my freebie. I think it's a shell. I wasn't sure if it was a shell or a leaf, but I'm pretty sure now it's a shell, so I should do something with that. It's just red rubber, so I'm going to have to mount it, but that's all good. I've got plenty of easy mount to use. So and I put all of the free ones together in a little baggie, so that can go with the others. And as you may or may not already know, I love all things Halloween. I'm pagan, so we don't call it Halloween, we call it something else. But for me, it is my New Year, so it's a big celebration in my house. But I love all of the kind of creepy stuff, the dark kind of stuff. I'm a goth anyway, so all that kind of stuff is really right up my street. So I thought I'd share this with you. Yeah, we'll start with these. We will start with these. I'm trying to think of like several things at once. So this is all on red rubber sheet. I got the unmounted ones. You had two options. You could either have them already mounted on Easy Mount, or unmounted, so you mount them yourself. I have quite a big stash of Easy Mount foam, so I decided to go with the unmounted. It was also about £5 cheaper. I think they were £12 and change for like a whole plate just of the red rubber, and £17 and change if you wanted them mounted, and I think that they're already cut out as well. But I thought, you know what, I would rather save that £5, especially as I bought 4 sets. So that's £20 that I could spend, and that'll almost get me another 2 sheets. and I thought that was, you know, worth more. I can sit there, as long as my hands are behaving and I've got the dexterity to do it, I can sit there and cut them out. It's no problem at all. Like I said, I've got a big load of Easy Mount, so I'd rather use that money on getting more stamps. These are their hot picks. If you want to have a look, they're paperartsy.co.uk, so and that's the reference number. But if you go to hot picks and you go to the seasonal option, they're in there. So we've got this creepy coffin with skeleton hand coming out. We've got this big pumpkin dude eating another pumpkin dude's head. Trick or treat, which isn't something we do. I do buy sweets for the local kids that do come and trick or treat, but that's not part of my New Year celebration. So my children don't trick or treat. They do have plenty of sweets and stuff at home on the day or on the evening anyway, so it's not like they're missing out at all. But I don't personally agree with it. But you know, it's personal preference at the end of the day. This skull is absolutely awesome. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know that I really love the photo stamps. I've got quite a few from... is it Darkroom Door? Possibly? Or it might be Indigo Blue. Anyway, so seeing this skull and it looking kind of photographically real was really awesome, so I had to have it. There's a broom, or if you are pagan then you'll know it as a besom. We don't fly on them. I wish we could, because it would cost a darn sight less than keeping and running a car. And then we've got these words are kind of written together like a crossword, because you've got them going across and down. When black cats prowl and pumpkins gleam, may luck be yours on Halloween. So that is the first one. This is the second one, so that's obviously Hot Picks Halloween 2. So we've got a huge spiderweb. Now I'm severely arachnophobic, but you know, stamps I can deal with. I really like spiderwebs, I just don't like the things that make them. So this is probably as close as I'm ever going to get to liking any form of arachnid, to be honest. But again, you know, it's personal preference. So perhaps there's somebody out there who's really scared of reindeer, and you know how much I love reindeer, so who knows. So we've got Beware underneath the spider, which, you know, for me that's really fitting. Over here we've got No Entry and Haunted House, and at the bottom, look how awesome that house is. That is just amazing. I wouldn't even care if it was haunted. I want to live there. That's my house. And look at all the bats. I love bats. All the bats. Yeah, I would love to live in a house like that. That is just awesome. So that is number 2. Then we have the Hot Picks Halloween number 3. So we've got a skull and crossbones. We've got a tombstone. And what I like about this is that it's got skulls on it, and they're linked into some of the other designs, which is cool. And there's no cross on it, because I'm not Christian. The cross doesn't apply to me at all, so that's quite cool. It's, I don't know, what would you call it, religion neutral perhaps, I don't know, which is great, you know, everybody can use it. So this element is up here, and these are along the bottom. So we've got another skull on the side, and some creepy looking writing which says, brush up your brooms, polish your bats, clean your fangs and sparkle your cats. I wouldn't advise anyone to try and polish a bat or sparkle a cat. You're probably going to get bitten if you try and do anything to a cat, to be fair. But, you know, you can brush up your brooms and polish your, clean your fangs, sorry, but polishing bats is probably a no-no. Yeah, and don't even try and sparkle your cat. So then we have this awesome little bird here, a crow or a raven. There is a difference, and I can't tell you what it is. That's really, really bad. I think a crow has a orangey yellow beak, and a raven has a black one. I think. I'm going to have to look that up. Then we've got this stack of 3 pumpkins, which would also be cool if you did any kind of harvest thing. You know, any kind of Thanksgiving. We don't do Thanksgiving here, it's an American thing, but if you did anything for harvest, you know, harvest festival style, they would also be useful. And along the bottom, these skulls in different positions. Now that is going to be great for going on the bottom of correspondence. So if I send out letters or anything, or on the bottom of envelopes, I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. And the images are quite a bit bigger. Sorry about the glare. So we have that, and number 4, because you know I had to get them all. Again, that's the order number. We've got these selection of flying bats. I don't think I've shown you guys any of my tattoos apart from the ones on my arms that you can see all the time. I have bats tattooed up my right leg, so any kind of bats is pretty awesome. Over here we have a Shakespeare quote: "Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and blindworm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble." So bit of Shakespeare for you. Look at this beautiful black cat, he's so cute. We've got October 31st in a creepy font, Happy Halloween in a creepy font. We've got a poison bottle and a tree with birds in it, and you can just see like the edge of a moon in the background. So that is all pretty awesome, and I've got lots of ideas of stuff that I want to make with that as well. And then that's like the size of them. So that's all my paper artsy goodies. Now let's get on to the stuff that came from the States. I've been eyeing up these Fiskars, what are they called, like Easy Stamp or something. I've found that if I have a larger stamp and my hands aren't behaving, I haven't really got the dexterity to evenly print a larger stamp, because I don't have the strength in my hands to, you know, make it work. And I've been eyeing these up, but they are ridiculously expensive in this country, and I just wasn't going to pay that kind of money for it. So I picked these up from the that eBay seller, Bic Warehouse. I think this one, which is the smaller one, was about, I don't know, around about £4, something like that. And it's got these 4 squidgy things. It's basically a big acrylic block with squidgy foam. That's all it is, and grid marks on it so you can line stuff up. But it's easier to press down on those 4 and get even pressure across the whole plate than it is for me to try and do it with a smaller, one of my favourite ones to use, as you can see, is a bit dirty and scruffy. This one's a Tim Holtz one, and it's 3x4 size. This is the one I use most of the time, and for my bigger ones, I tend to use this one, which is the Diane Reevely Dilutions, which has got a ruler down that edge, and there's a wavy edge there, there's circle punched holes, so you could keep it in a binder, or if you want to mark out holes for punching or something. We don't have 3-ring binders in this country, we have 2. It's usually 2 or 4, so those, I'm guessing, are about the right diameter for stamping on the brain, for punching, you know, to put things in folders and whatnot. So this is the one I use for larger stamps. You just see my Batman t-shirt, and this is the one, my go-to one for smaller. But like I said, when I am struggling, I mean, sometimes I have to admit defeat and not craft because my hands don't want to behave themselves. But when they're kind of in between, these will really help me to still be able to be creative. So, you know, you just press it down, the foam takes the weight, but it distributes it evenly across there. So that's what that is. And I got the larger one as well, which I believe is a 9 by 11. You've got more measurements around the edge, which could be useful, and this this plate pops out so that you can, if you set up a design of several stamps and you want to keep it that way, then you can keep it stored on there. And then you've got the larger version of the little one that I just showed you. So that clips back on like that, and same again, you're distributing even pressure across. So that's those, and they can live down there with my Fiskars paper cutter. I can't think what it was called. Right, so that is what I got from Bic Warehouse, along with all these stamps. And most of these stamps I have not even seen in this country, and I know they would be a darn sight more expensive if I were able to get them in this country. So the first one we have is this one, which says The Witch is In. And it's quite small. I did hope it was going to be a little bit bigger. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. I can work around it. It's not a problem. But it's cute. And then we have this one. The little dressed up children trick-or-treating. I love the frame of this with the skull and the swirls. The bat at the top. So you could even mask out the trick or treat and what's inside the frame, and just use the frame for something else, which I think would be really cool. Or you could even just use this bottom bit, like on the bottom of a tag or something. So I'm looking forward to having a play around with that. I got these, which are a set of, what do you call them? Like borders, I suppose. So we've got little spiders. These don't freak me out, funnily enough, because they don't look real. Bats, which I love. Skulls, which I love. Bones. Candy corn is not something we have in this country, so this one doesn't really mean anything to me. And then we've got pumpkins and stars. I've never had candy corn in my life. We don't have it here, like I said, so I wouldn't have a clue. And these ones, I'm going to be keeping these on their wooden block as well, because they just fit nicely in this little box and they're adorable, so I'm not going to unmount these. But we've got this owl with a witch's hat on a broom, a swirly thing that you could make a border or something with, the most adorable Grim Reaper I have ever seen in my life. He is so cute. Cute little bat. And then we've got Happy Halloween and Best Witches, which amuses me. So there we go, that's those. And then we've got another pile of clean mounts. So we've got this skeleton dude. Now what, if I move that out of the way. Yeah. Everybody understand that? That might work better, is what I'm trying to say. Say. Oh my. You know I'm not going to edit this out, right? I'm just going to carry on. Anyway, so we have this cool looking skeleton dude wearing a top hat and an eye patch, as you do. We have some kind of creepy lettering that says Happy Halloween. This pretty sort of a Celtic design heart. Yeah, I don't know what else you'd say about it really, but I thought it was pretty and I'll get use out of it. So this one, which is kind of like a flourish, and it's a nice big size too. So you could put that in the corner of maybe a letter or a card or whatever you want to do. You could also use parts of it as well. Either mask it off or cut it out or something and just use a part of it rather than the whole thing. This skull with spiderweb background and flowers. This one, I don't really know what you would call it, but it's a diamond shape and it's really pretty. And then this one that kind of matches with it. They look kind of, I don't know, maybe Indian style. It just makes me think of sort of like henna designs and that kind of thing. But they're really pretty. And we have this border one. Again, you could use just part of it if you don't want to use all of it. So that's a nice size as well. And we have this one, which is by Deep Red, something that again you don't get in this country. I've got quite a few of their stamps, the sort of like the vintage style ones, but this is just a circle with bats and spider webs, and it says Happy Halloween, and it's that big. And bits of stuff all over the place. This one with the cat and spider webs and this rather grumpy looking pumpkin, although I guess you would be kind of grumpy if there was a cat standing on your head. And it says Happy Halloween at the top. And I also picked up, I'm supposed to not be buying any form of Christmas stuff, and I'm reminding myself that it is still August. But I came across these and they would be really good for Yule cards. So we have this one, and we have this one, which is a really pretty tree with icicles. Icicles? They're not icicles, are they? They're snowflakes. So that's really pretty. Going back to the previous theme of Halloween, we've got these, which are like the bottle caps, which you could obviously put inside of an actual bottle cap if you wanted to make a 3D embellishment. Then we have, and these are all stuck together. Get off, get off. I'm going to have to oil this chair, it squeaks something chronic. There we've got some witchy legs with a cat curling around them and no doubt purring, which is very cute. Another pretty heart with kind of a flourishy design to it. And these are the clear ones. I've got this skeleton guy, and there's lots of different accessories, so you can stamp and paper piece or whatever on the top. So he's got a sombrero, which just amuses me, a bat, a top hat, glasses, a moustache, kind of like a headscarf type thing, some crazy hair, a spider, a witch's hat, and sort of Elvis hair and glasses. So you can dress him up however you so wish. I have done something with him. That's a little canvas board that I've made already, with the sombrero and the moustache. So that's what I've done with that. And then we have these butterflies, because you can never have too many butterflies. And then we've got these leaves, because autumn is my favourite time of year. Yeah, so sorry, my husband just came in to say he's going out on his bike, so I didn't think you really needed to listen in on kissing noises. These are like the skeletons of leaves. They would go quite well actually with like the Halloween theme, the harvest theme, and like I said, my favourite season is autumn, so they are pretty awesome. So that's it. That is what I have spent my pennies on over the last few weeks. That's probably the last maybe 3 weeks. These bits all came in dribs and drabs. Like I said, they send them individually rather than in one big package, that we then get stung for customs and import duty and all that kind of stuff. So they've kind of been appearing over the last couple of weeks rather than all in one go. And then my paper artsy stuff I bought, I think I bought it yesterday actually, and it arrived today, which was blooming quick if you ask me. So I am impressed with that. They are very good with shipping anyway, but I'm sure I bought it yesterday morning and it arrived, it was probably late morning, because the postman's only just been, it's now nearly 1:30, and I think the postman came like an hour ago, so early afternoon then. So yeah, there we go. These are going to keep me busy because I'm going to be easy mounting them and cutting them out. The sky has clouded over and it's no doubt going to rain, so if I'm going to be cutting these out I need to do it quickly before the damp takes over and I can't use my hands anymore. So I'm going to crack on with that, and the usual like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you later guys. Bye!